Hi there. I went to the Montreal Comic Con and got to meet Lloyd Kaufman, some of the Trauma guys last year. I kind of became known as the Trauma guy and got about the most Trauma movies in one sitting. I'm a big fan of the company, and they put out a lot of stuff that I like. So here right now is my Trauma collection, some recommendations, some ones you can go for, some ones you can pass on. I'll give a little slight description to see if you agree or ones that you may or may not want. First one in the collection, a lot of these have been signed, so the writing on them is Kaufman. And that's the Toxic Avenger 21st Anniversary Golden Edition. Yes, it's not 20 or 25, this is Trauma, so it's the 21st. It's a 2 DVD set. It's got the original Toxic Avenger movie, commentary, there's some numerous fan projects on there. Trauma just has some really unique features, and normally for these recommendation ones I don't open them up, but it's a very fun film. I highly recommend this one here. Toxic is fun. They may be remaking it. Rumors Schwarzenegger may be one of the guys looking into that. Not something that I really am looking forward to, but if Trauma can get the money to make some really fun movies through that, great. I'll part to them, and if you're a kid in the 90s, you probably saw the Toxic Crusaders series that used to come on. Next up, Trauma have a series, it's kind of their version of the Criterion series, and it's the Trauma Masterpieces. This is one of them from here. This is number 5, and it's the Dennis Hopper Australian classic Mad Dog Morgan, which apparently almost drove Hopper insane making the film. Mad Dog Morgan is an Australian folk hero, so when he went down there to play the character, he was he feared him for his life a bit apparently, and it's the movie's not for everybody. I did find it a fun film, dark. It's it's kind of westerny type, and it's not a film for kids. So right out there right now. It's not for your children. It's an adult film, but by adult I don't mean like adult as in like X-rated or anything like that. Just it's a drama, and it has some harsh things that happens to the guy, and a lot of violence. And Trauma is known for their violence and stuff. So that, however, is not a Trauma film, but is a film put out by Trauma in the Trauma Masterpiece collection. Another one, and this is a very bleak film that I don't recommend for everybody, but if you can sit through it and watch it, it's a really good film. I like the way it was done. It's very nihilistic. It's Trauma Masterpiece collection, and it's number 4, and it's Combat Shock. That's the title and the picture pretty much says it all. It's a 2-disc set. It is very well done set. There's some really amazing stuff on this. Arrow Video put out one as well, but I would buy the Trauma Masterpiece edition myself. That is the better edition in my opinion. And I do have another Trauma Masterpiece here, and this is my favorite in the ones, and the one I can recommend more for people. There's not as much on it, maybe as some of those there, but The Last Horror Film. Joe Spinell was probably best known for playing the lead in Maniac and writing that movie that William Lustig directed. I did The Last Horror Show. It's a different film. Again, we have some really great stuff on here. There's a commentary with Luke Walter, who it's just it's uncut special edition. You get to see the scenes from Mr. Robbie, which was apparently an unmade Maniac 2 that he was going to do. This one just looked really interesting. I haven't got to see it yet. I remember having the VHS when I was younger, but I don't remember the movie very well, and the movie's called Pigs, directed by Mark Lawrence. Feed people to the pigs, then eat the pigs. Obviously, it's a very different film, horror, slasher, crazed cannibal family type thing. I really haven't seen it yet, so I really can't recommend it or say, don't get it. It's just, I like the 80s, 70s stuff, and this was it looks like a fun buy. Now, I'm going to cut a few of the cast members for this one. It's a favorite of mine. It's silly as hell. It's kind of crazy. It's Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead. Of course, there's Kaufman signed this, and one of the cast members also signed this as well. Great guy, by the way. He manned the table in the trauma section in Montreal Comic Con, and I got to say, got to talk to him a lot. He was really fun, really interesting, and we were going through there. My girlfriend would get tired. She could always come sit at the trauma table. Heck, I spent enough money there anyway. This is the 2-disc edition. There's a 3-disc set as well, I think. And again, I'm going to open this one up for you because it's a fun little film. I really highly recommend it. Of course, you know, the second disc is a feature-length documentary, Poultry in Motion. It's a different film, but you know, there's not a lot out there like it. I mean, Thanksgiving maybe, but Poultrygeist is fun. From a guy that would make something really big, this coming out soon. Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, Romeo and Juliet, if you've never heard of it, it's kind of their take on Romeo and Juliet. It's very, very different. It is not the original Romeo and Juliet. There's some gross out stuff, you know, there's some nudity, normal stuff, but this is by James Gunn. And, back in 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Just had to feed the cats there. Anyway, James Gunn made Romeo and Juliet, and James Gunn right now is making Guardians of the Galaxy. Great film. This is the special edition, 2-disc edition, 10 hours of features. Some great stuff in it. I do recommend that film. Not for everybody, but if you like the trauma type stuff, it's kind of cool. This one I really wanted because I'd never seen it, never had it, never even heard of it, where Evil Lives. And Claude Akins has been in a lot of stuff. In this kind of anthology, and it's a horror anthology that I hadn't seen. And I thought I had pretty much seen almost all the horror anthologies. This one came in '89, so this was the year I was graduating from high school. That dates me right there. And somewhere along the line, I guess it fell through the cracks and I missed that one. The next one I'm going to show you is one that gets one of my highest recommendations of any of the trauma films that came out. There's nothing out there. It's incredible. I did not know this movie existed. For some reason, this film came out in 1990. It passed me by. Rolf Kniffsky made this movie. There's a lot of great stuff on here. There's even a little short film called Mood Boobs, which isn't at all what you think it is. Tiffany Shepis, who is a great actress, love the girl, does the lead role in that, and it's a funny film. Yeah, it's not sex exploitation or anything, but it's just really funny film. But there's nothing out there that's incredible. I've reviewed this before, so I don't really need to get into this. Just say this is a really good one to have. High recommendation on that one. The Children, the 25th anniversary edition. When I was a kid, I watched this movie, and it creeped me out. The kids with the dark hands and the scary looking eyes, and there's something about killer kids that always kind of gave me the creeps. High recommendation on The Children, by the way. I haven't seen it in years. I got to sit down and watch it again, but it's one that I think is going to hold up to the test of time, hopefully, and I'll recommend it on that alone, just for nostalgia. The next one is fun. Astron 6. They're a company that, well, kind of like a troupe, and they make like short films. Originally, that's what they made. They made short films, and pretty much this is a 2-disc set with a crap load of their short films, like kind of fake trailers that they put on here as well. And the thing is, they later made some of these into actual movies. They got like 2 or 3 movies now. One which is really highly acclaimed, and I'll get to that one actually because I do have that one here as well. This is the 2-disc set. Apparently, I've heard that Astron and Troma had a falling out, which is really sad because Astron 6's type of films are something that really suits the Troma label. And I just grabbed this one because I like this type one. It's the Coming Distractions. Basically what we get here is a bunch of trailers. 71 trailers from the world famous Troma collection, including top 10 trailers, some shorts. Of course, Tiffany's on the back there. She's Fantastic talent, by the way. Hope to get to meet her when the conventions one these days, because she's I've got to meet a lot of the horror ones, and this is one of the ones that I've yet to meet, and she's pretty cool. Recommended. That's kind of like a way to get yourself in there. Look at the trailer, see which ones you want to buy, which ones you're going to pass on for a bit, which ones you're kind of curious on. Next one is a really, really fun one that I love a lot, and it's not what you think it is when I show it to you. It's called The Sexy Box, and automatically you just think like really, really harsh exploitation, but it's actually not that bad at all. Squeeze play waitress stuck in you in the first turn on. There are 4 films on this. Actually, there are not. There's like 7 films on this. There are like 3 bonus films that are Easter eggs. Full films, by the way. And there's some, like, basically they're the fun little 80s Porky style movies that were done back in the day. And actually, the first turn on is a really good film. Vincent D'Onofrio actually has a role in that film. It's one of his first roles. And it is a 4-disc set. You notice that is very much like the Blue Underground-ish one I showed you the other day. Highly recommend this set. I'm an 80s guy, and as such, grabbing 4 80s comedies that I grew up on was a given. I had to do it. And now for the Blu-ray, the biggie, the Astron. What is it? Yeah, you probably know it. You probably got it if you're a fan of this type of stuff, and you clicked on this link to see Troma that you probably already. See if there's anything that you don't have. This is one that you probably do have. Father's Day. It's messed up. It's grindhousey. It's crazy. It's silly. It's funny. It's gory. It's weird. Astron 6 did this one. This is a 4-disc set, by the way. It is a limited edition. Mine right there is 3,404, 5,000. It's a Blu-ray, 2 DVDs. Compact disc. I'm just gonna break this open and just show you basically. I highly recommend this film. It's a really, really different film. So you got your disc 1, disc 2, disc 3, and disc 4 basically is an interview and some sound from the movie Father's Day. And of course, disc 2 and 3 are DVDs, and the first disc is Blu-ray. It's a crazy ass film. It's fun. I loved it. I thought it was well done. Something that that was something that was different, and it's not for everybody. Read up on it a little bit before you get it. Don't read up on it too much. Don't ruin it for yourself. But if you're a horror fan, you're a gore fan, you're a comedy horror fan, you might want to pick it up. Not for the kiddies, one for the adults. It's a good one. There's some crazy ass stuff in it. Astron 6 looks like to be a company that are on the way up, and you might want to check out some more of their stuff as well. But pick up Astron 6, the one from Troma, the 2-disc one. That'll give you an idea of what they do. If you like that, Father's Day's trailer is on the Astron 6 thing. Pick it Father's Day. Highly recommend it. Great film. Hope you enjoyed this. For me right now, it's time for tea, and I'm gonna go either hit the hay or probably not. Probably I'm gonna watch one of those Astron shorts. Have a great one. And by the way, Troma is a great company. Support them. Buy the Troma stuff at the Troma tables if you're at a convention, or check out the Troma website. Get their stuff from there. I highly am for supporting the companies, especially the indies like that, right at the grassroots, rather than going and buying like an Arrow Video that has a Troma or something like that. Yes, there's a deal and stuff like that, but if you can buy it straight from Troma, buy it straight from Troma. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching, and for me, it is time for tea. Man, am I overly caffeinated.